Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our Spicy Time stretches. I hope you're enjoying taking the classes as much as I am enjoying putting the classes together. And this is really just an opportunity for you to slow down, to listen to your body, to listen to what's going to feel good for you. Now, whether this leads to some fun, spicy time, whether with yourself or partner, I'm going to leave that up to you. But I really want you to take this opportunity to use these classes, to use these stretches more as a way just to slow down, to tune in, and to do something good for your body. So, this is going to be a mostly floor based class today. In fact, it's all floor based. So, making sure that your mat is somewhere where it's not going to slip around. You've got extra cushioning if you need that. We are also going to use a strap. So if you've got a yoga strap, that's awesome. But if you've got a robe belt, an exercise band, a towel, something, we're just going to use the strap to kind of assist a few of our stretches today. A prop isn't cheating, right? So when we're using props in our yoga practice, it's because we want to aid ourselves in making the pose better. That's all it is. Props are about helping us get the pose to work for our body as opposed to trying to make our body work into the pose. So, grabbing that strap, making sure your mat is somewhere comfy, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, I want you to lay down onto your back here. I'm going to bend my knees, bring my feet back a little bit. You can extend your legs if you want. I'm just going to let my knees relax together because we're going to start just with a couple of relaxing deep breaths in and out. So let your arms just relax to the side. Let your back feels fully supported here by the mat. If you need to bring a pillow under your low back, maybe a pillow under the head, whatever you need to let yourself feel kind of relaxed here. Let yourself feel calm. And just find a couple of deep breaths in and out. If you want to close the eyes, you certainly can. But let yourself just feel into this space of relaxation. I want you to feel into the space of letting go, of release. So if you're holding any tension in your body, let yourself relax. Let the floor support you. That's why it's here. That's why the mat is down. That's why we're in this comfy space, is to let the floor support us and hold us up here. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. As this is an opportunity for us to move our bodies mindfully, I want you to take a moment and check in with yourself. What does your body need today? What does your brain need today? What do your emotions need today? How can this practice be customized so that it gives you what you need? And again, just a couple of more deep breaths in and out, or maybe you're just slowing the breath down. Maybe this is the first time today that you've actually been, oh, I'm breathing. So just being in this space of connection. Good. So from wherever we are, we're going to bend the knees if we haven't already. Walk those feet back towards us. Bring the legs about hip distance. We're going to start with some flowing bridge. So you're just going to slowly start to roll the hips up and then just to slowly roll the hips back down. Now, if this is not about trying to shoot your hips as high as you can. This is just about finding some movement here. So maybe it's just an inch or two off the mat. Maybe it's just this little bitty bridge. Okay, that's good. Awesome. Maybe it starts to get a little bit bigger as your low back, your hips, your thighs start to warm up a little bit here. Maybe you start to feel yourself being able to have a little bit more movement here. Good. We're going to take just a couple more here. Again, at your own pace. We don't have to hit a certain count. We're not trying to get a certain number, just taking your time here, nice and easy, nice and slow. Wonderful. Rolling the back all the way down. We're going to take it into a bit of a hold. And I say bit of a hold. So again, maybe it's for a couple of counts and then you release it back down. If you're ready, maybe you're pressing those hips a little bit higher, squeezing through that rear end. Find a little bit longer hold and then release. So finding what's going to work for you. Maybe this is just a couple of different holds. Maybe you've been holding this entire time. If so, that's awesome. If you've had to take breaks, that's okay too. This is your practice. Good. Releasing those hips all the way down. We're going to bring those arms up and overhead. I just want you to start with a little bit of a stretch. Ooh. Just reach through the fingers, reach through the hands a little bit. We're going to add the arms to our flowing bridge here. So as we lift the hips, we're going to lower the arms back down to the side. As you lower the hips down, we're going to bring those arms back up and overhead. So again, flowing at your own pace. And if this is not feeling good in the shoulders, just bring those arms back down to the side. This is just an added thing. If you want to add those arms in, maybe you want to practice maybe bringing those arms straight up. Maybe up and overhead is not for you, but adding just a little bit of movement in the arms feels good. So this is always about experimentation. This is always about playing around to see what feels good. And the same tends to go for like spicy time too, right? There are no hard and fast rules necessarily. It's about finding out what feels good to you, what feels good with your partner, and just enjoying that time. Good. Bring those arms back down. Let the hips relax back down. We're going to bring both knees into our chest. Give yourself a moment to find a little side to side. Maybe take those knees into a circle here. If you decide to circle out the knees, just take a couple in both directions. Good. And then back to the center. We're gently going to lower the feet back down onto the floor. Awesome. From here, we're going to roll onto our right side. So again, however that feels good to you, kind of stack your hips. I'm going to bring my legs together and knees together slightly forward. Let that right arm just kind of rest wherever it feels comfortable. And then we're going to bring that left arm straight out in front. So we're going to start to bring that elbow and that arm back. As we bend the elbow, we're going to like we're trying to tap the floor behind us. We're not going to tap the floor behind us. So I always kind of liken it to starting a lawnmower. So you're going to start to pull that arm back, slowly start to bend, and then you're opening up through the chest, opening up through that shoulder, finding that twist in our spine. So again, just finding that here. Let yourself take a couple of nice deep breaths. So again, this is an important stretch, not only for whatever spicy time you might have planned, but it's a great if you're on a phone a lot, if you have to drive any kind of distance. This is going to open up the chest, open up the shoulders, kind of counteract that like slump we get forward here. Good. We're going to go one more time here. Wonderful. Love that. Bringing it back to the center. So we're staying here on this right side for a moment. So bringing the knees forward just a little bit. I believe we may have done this before in one of the other videos. We're going to do a clamshell. We're going to glue those heels together and lift that top leg. So just nice and slow, little lift and lower. So we're going to start to get into that outer thigh, into that glute a little bit, into the inner thigh as well. These are tough. I get that, but they're one of my favorites. We're just kind of working into getting those hips a little bit more mobile, a little bit more fluid here. Good. All right, we're going to bring the knees together, and then we're just going to find a nice little lift and lower. So if you've ever been familiar with fire hydrants from like all fours, kind of similar in that vein. Good. And then we're going to bring the legs together. I want you to extend and bend into this leg here. So we're just keeping it nice and easy. I want this to feel good. This is the whole point here, is that we're just kind of moving the body. Good. And then extend that leg. We're just going to do a little point and flex with that foot. Good. You want to add a couple of circles? You certainly can. Wonderful. All right. Now we are going to make our way to the other side. So we're going to lay on our left side here. So that right side is on top. And again, hand under that head. You want to bring a pillow. Hips are stacked, knees together, legs slightly forward. So this time, right arm, we're going to start with that right arm right out in front of us. As we slowly draw it back, start to bend the elbow, reaching that elbow back behind us. I don't want the elbow to touch behind us. That's not the point. The point is to start to open up that chest, find that bit of a twist in our spine. And if we try to touch that elbow back behind us, then we're going to roll back behind us. Unless you're hypermobile or super mobile or really flexible, you probably can't. So that's why our focus is on drawing that arm back, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, finding that twist in the spine. All this time, what are we focusing on? Our breath. That's right. Love that. Good. We're going to go one more here. Good. All right. We're coming back to the center here. All right. Clamshells here on this side. So you're just going to lift and lower that top leg. The heels stay comfortable together. Just again, it's nice and slow. It's nice and easy. We're taking our time here. Find your breath. Don't need to make it too complicated. Good. One more here. All right, bringing those legs together. Here we go. Just that little lift and lower. And again, just because I'm going a little bit higher, maybe that's not where you are today. Maybe it's just a little bit of a tap. That's okay. Good. Back to the center. Next, we're going to extend and bend. Good. Kind of like you're going to shut the door with that foot as you press it out. You can flex the foot. You can point the toe. What feels good to you. Extend that leg. If you need to let that leg rest, you certainly can. If you want to find that little bit of hold, point and flex that foot here. Find a couple of circles. Wonderful. Good. Love it. All right. We're rolling on to our back again. So if you have a strap, I'm going to suggest grabbing that. Also, grabbing some water whenever you need that. That's always a great fun little reminder for myself as well. So we're going to roll onto our back. We're going to do a reclined figure four. So we're going to get into those hips here. So we're going to take that right leg, cross it over the top of our left, lifting that foot up. Hands can reach around back here. Hands can grab the outside of that right leg as we start to pull it to our chest. Here's where the strap might come in handy. I like to wrap it around the back of, in this instance, my left leg, because my right leg is coming across. As I lift it up, I can pull my leg towards my chest so that I'm getting that full stretch in my hip. So again, and then it kind of frees up a hand to maybe gently press that knee open to kind of change it up. This way I'm not feeling like I'm trying to crunch here. It allows my head, my neck, my upper back to relax onto the mat. So, and maybe it is a matter of flexibility. Maybe it's just a matter of physiology of your body. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe our arms are so short. Maybe our legs are longer. We can't really physically get the arms to the legs, not for any lack of mobility, but just because we might have shorter arms. And this is a great tool to help with that. Good. We're going to release that foot, uncross the leg. Take a moment. If we need to wiggle it out, we're moving to that other side. So if you want to wrap that strap around the right leg this time, left leg is over. So we lift it up. And again, you don't have to use the strap. I just want to provide some options in case you hadn't thought about that. In case you're like, oh, today, maybe you've been doing a little extra traveling. Maybe for whatever thing you've been doing, you're a little bit stiffer, a little bit tighter today. So again, props are not a moral judgment. They're just helping you get the most benefit from your practice. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what we want, right? Benefit from our practice. That's why we're doing this. That's why we do these things, is so that we get that wonderful benefit. Good. All right. We're going to release that leg. Take a moment, wiggle it out if we need to. Just taking just a brief moment here. Good. We're going to stay on our back, keeping that strap close to us. So we're going to bring that strap around the bottom of our right foot. And as we extend it up toward the ceiling, we're going to straighten that leg as much as we can or as much as feels comfortable. And then the strap is just going to kind of help us guide that towards our head here. We're just going to find a couple of deep breaths in and out. The stretch all, because coming all the way down the back of that leg. That's where we want it. You're just letting ourselves breathe here. Take our time. Keep it nice and relaxed. Good. And then we're going to get that inner thigh stretch one more time. So you're going to drop that right leg to the right. Now, if you need, and you've got a block handy, you can always bring that so that the leg has somewhere to rest. Again, that's why we're using the strap, because it gives us a little bit more control. So maybe we can't get that leg too low. Maybe we can go a little bit wider. Again, we're not trying to roll to the side. So if we can keep ourselves flat on the floor and just bring that focus onto that inner thigh stretch. That's beautiful. Wonderful. Coming back to the center, we're going to switch feet here. So you're going to bring that left foot in. Same thing, get reset, straightening that leg, kind of that gentle pull. Find that stretch here. And breathe. Take your time. Let yourself feel that stretch. Good. Turn just slightly because I don't think I have enough room. But I just want, then we're just going to again take that left leg wide. So that opposite leg can kind of straighten if you want. Sometimes I like to keep it bent. I feel a little bit more stability when I do that, but it also just sometimes kind of depends on the day. So let your body decide, okay, today we need the leg bent. Tomorrow, the next day, maybe you can extend that leg. But again, what's going to work for you? Awesome. We're bringing that leg back to the center. I'm going to set that strap to the side. Last stretch before we move into our final bit of rest and relaxation here. Left leg is going to relax down. We're going to bring that right knee to our chest. And then we're going to take that across the body here. So we're taking it into our twist. So in all of our movements, when we're doing any kind of twist movement, you've noticed we're not rolling to our side. So that knee comes across. Again, you can use that strap if you'd like, if it helps to bring it around the back of that right leg. And then maybe you don't want as much bend in that knee and in that hip. So that can be really helpful if, on this side, maybe the muscles are a little bit tighter. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult to find that twist. Do that. Good. And then we're going to go to the other side. So back to the center, swapping legs. Left knee comes in. Let's bring it across the body here. I always like to extend that opposite arm. Feel like I get a little bit into my shoulder here. You can also just grab your pant leg if that feels like accommodating as well. I like to think about my chest, my face towards the ceiling here. Good. As we come back to the center here, we're going to close with some Shavasana with some rest and relaxation. So if you feel more comfortable laying on your back, awesome. You can keep your knees bent, kind of let the legs relax together. You can let your legs be extended. You can roll to your side. You can roll onto your tummy. If it feels better to come back up to seated, awesome. Love that. Do that. But let yourself relax here. We're going to settle into our final pose here. So eyes closed if that feels good. Relax the breath. Give yourself a moment. Just take your time. Breathing into this space. Let the body relax. And just be. So if you need more time in your rest and relaxation, take as much time as you need. Pause the video, stay here. If you're ready, I want you to find a little bit of wiggle to your fingers and toes. Start to circle the wrists, the ankles, finding some big stretches, letting yourself slowly and gently come back into your body, back into your space. And again, taking as much time as you need, we'll slowly make our way back to seated. Just again, another couple of deep breaths in and out. Just bringing those hands through to heart center for just a moment. And just tap into this sense of connection. Honoring your body for all of its hard work that it's done for you these last 20-ish minutes or so. And just kind of go out into your day, this feeling of calm, this peace, and this love. So go out, have some fun, enjoy your life, and I can't wait to see you next time.